get him through the onside. He'll get double century, number 3, Brendon McCullum, New Zealand captain. What a player he has become.
So you've got 200 already in the series. You get another one all of a sudden. At what stage did 300 come into your mind?
Not until the last morning, because I was pretty exhausted on the second evening, and I actually said to the boys at tea time on the fourth day, I was pretty cooked mentally, and we're at that stage where we hadn't quite saved the game, so we still need a little bit more, and the discussions in the change room were very much like, get yourself up again, you got 2 big hours. I actually put to the boys, it's like, well, if I do manage to bat through the day, then there better be a couple of cold beers sitting in my seat when I come back in, and sure enough, we got through that day, came in and sitting in a little ice bucket with two cold ones, and we sat around and had those with the boys, and then we just started discussing tomorrow. How was tomorrow going to pan out? Pretty relaxed night that night. Had caught up with my old man for a beer as well, and then got up in the morning, turned on the TV, and realised that it was quite a big deal. That sort of sitting on 280 odd or whatever it was, and that 300 was incredibly significant to all those who had played the game, but also those who had supported the team. And I saw Martin Crowe on the breakfast show, and he was talking about the significance of what 300 would mean to New Zealand. And then I started shitting myself to bits. I was like, geez, then I got nervous, because I don't normally get too nervous. And then we got down to the ground, and I turned around and I noticed that the banks were starting to fill up, and there was that eerie kind of anticipation about what may unfold that day. And again, that's when I got really, really nervous. And Jimmy Neesham turned around to me at one stage and he said, I can't believe you're all here to watch me bat.
Good icebreaker,
Yeah, it was a good icebreaker. And then we got out there, and then it was I was pretty nervous. And then I nicked one behind on 290 or something like that, and it fell just short of MS Dhoni. And then I just went, well, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And if it's not, well, I've done what I could. And I knew at that stage we'd saved the game. And then it was just see what happens.
Little cut shot behind point. Remember that?
Yeah, I do. I think if that was on leg stump, I was still trying to cut it. I spotted that gap, and I was just trying. It didn't matter where it was. I was going to try and hit that gap, and went through the gap, and just an enormous amount of, I guess, relief that I didn't let everyone that was watching, everyone that had turned up, that I didn't let them down.
Superstar, a little cricketing master, and he can now stand forward alongside the game's greats.
I remember it vividly myself, because I think we all lived the moment. We all thought, you're 291, we thought, well, it's not going to take long. It's Brendon, it's not going to take, we'll know in half an hour. And it took a little bit longer than that. The emotion of actually looking around, looking at these people, raising your hands and finally doing something that no one else had ever done for New Zealand. Man, as you look back at it now, make you just proud or bubbly or something?
Yeah, definitely proud. And I didn't, to be honest, I didn't think I could do that. I was never in a million years that I think I was capable of being able to, I guess, be the first New Zealander to score 300 and to do it in front of New Zealanders as well, at a ground which has got so much history for us too. And yeah, that moment, I'll never forget that moment, to be honest. And I guess a lot of people say that about aspects of their cricket career, but I guess they just didn't sit down. The whole crowd just kept clapping, and I realised at that moment, well, that's one of the most special things I've ever experienced in my life, and I did it representing my country, and I loved every minute of that.
Do you think, in all essence, in all the cricket that you've played, that's your greatest ever innings? Yeah, I think so. For the reasons we've discussed, but also I think just for what it meant for our country as well, and because I did something I didn't actually think I could ever achieve, and did that for as long as what I did, sort of goes against my natural
my natural game, and I wish I was able to do it more in my career, but you know, I was able to do it on this one occasion, and it helped our team to go on to beat a very good Indian team in our own conditions. And I remember that feeling in the change room afterwards. And I always take it back to in the change room afterwards, because that's where your passion for the game is confirmed, and that was something pretty special. I'll never forget it.